Hello, and welcome to the One TAM Science Symposium for the year 2020. The sky outside my window has turned a bright orange glow, so I have two, and I'm gonna put on an introductory PowerPoint and turn my own video off. Samir, so if you could cue up the PowerPoint, and Michaela, if you can make my orange glowy face go away, we will get started. So my name is Janet Klein, and I'm the Director of Conservation Science for Golden Gate Parks Conservancy. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to the One TAM Summit on Climate Change and Resiliency. Before we go any further, I'd like to get an idea of how many of you are joining us for the first time. So we're going to put up a little poll, and if you could fill in where you are from, we'll let it run for a moment. Wow, that's amazing. So almost 40% of the folks who participated in the poll are here for the first time. So I'm going to take a moment to just introduce ourselves to you. Who is One TAM? So One TAM is not an organization. It's a shorthand for 5 different organizations and the work that we do together for the purpose of stewarding and protecting the public lands that comprise Mount Tamalpais in Marin County. Together, those 5 agencies or organizations have built a portfolio of projects and programs that address conservation challenges that cross the boundaries between the National Park Service, California State Parks, Marin County Parks, and the Marin Municipal Water District. You can learn more about our partnership work by watching a short video that's available on our website. And I encourage you to go to the website and explore in depth. You can find our projects, our programs, our organizational structure, and a wealth of information about Mount Tamalpais. So this summit is part of our shared work. It's the fourth in a series that started in 2016. We create these events now biannually to share our work, to learn from regional experts, and to inspire our staff. But most importantly, we hold these summits to connect with you, our community, and the people who enjoy Mount Tamalpais. This year, we're not in the same room, and I'm personally really feeling the loss of that direct connection. But we're still together, and we're finding ways to make this to find opportunity and success, hopefully success today in this new setting. We've been able to hugely expand our programming. Instead of doing a 3-hour or a 6-hour symposium, we've expanded to 5 days and a total of 18 hours of formal programming. And we're able to reach new audiences. Like we just saw, we have a lot of people joining us for the first time. And we're going to put up a couple more polls to help you see a little bit about what I can see about who's with us here today. So Samir, if you could put up poll number 2. You guys are so prompt. That's so great. So about half of you are from Marin County, but we have a considerable number of people joining us today who are not. And that's like an exciting change for us in this program. And now, Samir, if you could throw out the second poll, which is a little bit about kind of where you are in your life's journey. So about 50% of the folks who are attending are similar to our usual symposiums are staff from the member agencies that make up the One TAM partnership. But we have a lot of other people with us today, including community members, and really for the first time, a significant number of students, which is really encouraging, because for the conversation we're about to step in, it is like our next generation of kind of rising leaders where the impact is going to be felt the greatest. So I'd like to express my gratitude for you joining us today. Okay, next slide, please. Oops. Yeah, 1 second, I am a little out of sync myself. So the One TAM Partners picked climate change as a theme way back in early 2016, when we were in the process of updating our 5-year strategy. And at the time, I confess that we actually weren't really enthusiastic about it because, quote, everyone was talking about climate change. Hillary Clinton was going to be president, the Paris Accords were going to be implemented. It felt like there was really some exciting and positive momentum. And when we thought about the work that we did, we felt like we didn't have that much to add to the conversation. And we thought, well, like maybe we could do another symposium about, critters and talk about wood rats again. Nobody talks about wood rats. We are really, really good about talking about wood rats. And then things started to change. The election happened. The Tubbs fire happened. Hurricane Maria happened. Hurricane Harvey. The wildfires in Greece and Siberia. The firestorms in Australia. The Paradise Fire. And it became really clear that we needed to talk not just about climate change, but about climate crisis. So before I go any further, I want to acknowledge that some of us here today are facing an immediate danger from fire, from smoke, later today, potentially from heat. Some of us here today are survivors of recent disasters, and some of us work directly in emergency response. Actually, you'll notice in the poll that none of the emergency responders are with us at the moment. Our content for today and for this month is really hard. It's triggering. It's fear and anxiety inducing. And I want to thank you for joining us today, for being brave enough to sit in discomfort and to step into something that is really, really challenging. So please take time to be careful with yourself and with each other as we move forward. And know that we're going to present more than just bad news today and over the coming weeks. Wow. So if you look at this, almost, well over 50% of the people who are participating with us today feel like they've been directly impacted by fire in this year. So it just shows how far-reaching and extensive the events that are upon us really are and how important today's conversation is. So this year's program in a lot of ways is going to be like our previous programs for the folks who have been with us before. Our agency staff are going to be presenting some of our work like we always do. We'll talk about our projects and our programs and the science that we've done. And we've invited other speakers who can add context and experience. And each day will kind of stand alone, and then they'll also build off of the previous sessions. So if you're able to, I encourage you to attend all 5 days. And in particular, but this year is also, has made it abundantly clear that we can't think about things the way we always have. We can't think about our parks. We can't think about birds and bobcats and bees and bats without also thinking about everything else. We have to start thinking about our work within the context of the surrounding society that we're part of. We can't protect our natural heritage if we don't acknowledge our societal problems and commit to honestly engaging with them. So today we're centering on the issues of justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. These themes will carry forward all month long. We're going to start each day with a science, and then we're going to keep coming back to us as interconnected people. Today's speakers will draw you into conversations and processes that are underway in the organizations that make up the One TAM partnership. Coronavirus, Black Lives Matter, the fires, the impending elections are changing how we think about our relationship in public lands to each other. And we want all of you to join with us in re-envisioning these relationships. A Zoom webinar, this format that we're in, is a very one-directional format, and it's difficult to conduct a conversation. So we're opting to keep the chat off for most of it because we want the emphasis to be on listening to the speakers. But we've also created opportunities that'll be available throughout the month to dive in together, to be in a conversation together in an open meeting format, and to have connection, conversation, and engagement. You can find these opportunities listed on our website, and I'll provide some more information about them at the end of today's program. And we're gonna experiment with one right now. So if all of you could open a web browser, and you'll see a link here on the screen that is to Nearpod.com. And we're going to give it a shot and try to open Nearpod. So I'm going to give everybody a minute or two to try that out. I will actually do it in real time myself. And then if we go to the next slide, you will see a code on that slide. And there is an orange box that says students, and today we are all students. And you are going to type or paste that code into that box. And the code is D as in David, F as in Frank, H as in Harry, S as in Sarah, and Q as in Quentin. And you're gonna come into a virtual space where you're going to type in your name, and then you're going to get a prompt that's going to welcome you to the summit, and you can answer the question, what are you hoping to take away from today? And if you just take a moment to put that in, you should see it pop up on the board. And there should be someone, I think it's Gracia, is reading the messages as they come in and is able to approve them and turn them on. And I think we're gonna, I think that approval process might have a little delay on it, so we're gonna come back to that again at the break. And I'm just going to finish by saying that we're really pleased, again, that you're here with us. And I want you to place the emphasis on your safety today. I want you to pay attention to the temperature in the room that you're in because we have a heat advisory. I want you to pay attention to the emergency alerts around you and to just stay attuned and take breaks when you need to. We have a planned break right around 10:30. And finally, I want to acknowledge that we're all zooming in wherever we are from Indigenous land. I'm currently located in the town of Fairfax, which is in the territory connected with the Coast Miwok tribe and has Mount Tamalpais and all the lands around it also are. And I encourage you to take the opportunity to learn more about the Coast Miwok, not just as a historical tribe, but as a living tribe of people who are still here and still connected to this place. And I also encourage you to take the opportunity to learn about the places and the indigenous people in the places where you are. So we're going to post on the website again some opportunities where you can do that and where you can dig deeper. And with that, I'm going to end my PowerPoint presentation, and we are going to step into the rest of the program.